Alright, so let's install Weechat in an Arch-based environment, and what I'm using right now is Manjaro, the KD desktop environment. So let's just prove that quickly. So one of the things I really like about the Arch package managers is the ability to combine flags to do a lot of different things that you would have to use separate arguments for with apt. So for example, let's say that we want to update our repos, and also we want to update the repos and we want to upgrade all the packages. So using a Debian-based system and apt, that would look like this. So, well, sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. However, using pacman, we can do something like this. Oops. Sudo pacman SYU. So the S is going to sync everything, Y is refresh the repos, and U is to upgrade automatically. So just with those three letters, you can do what you would have to use two different command arguments for apt. So let's actually take a look at the man page here, and let's look at what the S does. So capital S, sync, synchronizes packages. Packages are installed directly from remote repositories, including all dependencies. Okay, so that's the basic package manager. But that's you know, for installing packages. So when we combine it with the Y flag, search for that, the Y flag will refresh everything from the repos using the servers that you have in this file. It actually specifically says that you should use this when you're upgrading, so with the -U flag. So let's take a look at that. -U, oops, nope, that's capital. -U, system upgrade, upgrades all packages that are out of date. So basically what we're doing here is we're, with that flag capital S, lowercase y, lowercase u, we are refreshing the repos, and we're upgrading them and installing them. So why don't we do that? Because that is the first thing we should do before we install a new package, always. Okay. And this is a brand new virtual box, so this is probably going to be quite a lot of packages. And while that's working, let's do something else here. It's a bit slow. This is a virtual machine. Just want to have timeout issue. I just moved. I'm having a lot of trouble with the wireless here. Okay, so one of the great things about Arch is what's called the Arch user repository. And what this is basically a list of all the packages and software that's available, and it's very, very extensive. There's a lot of software support in Arch. So why don't we take a little look here. Weechat, which is what we're going to be installing. So we don't want the graphicals. That's Q, Weechat, and Glowing Bear. Weechat get. So this is probably closest to what we want. So what we can see here is the dependencies. Quite a lot. And also what this is a dependency for. So there's some packages here, looks like some integration with Slack and Discord. Refresh the wireless here quickly. And basically, this is telling you this is a get clone URL. That has not been updated. So that's Weechat that we can see in the Arch user repository. However, there is a Weechat native package that we can download straight from the official Arch repos. So Arch Linux has the official repositories and the user repositories, which we just took a look at and searched for Weechat in. So basically, when we use Pacman natively straight out of the box, what we're doing is searching and downloading from the official Arch repositories. And it gives you an example here. This is the core repository, extra, community. And community has stuff that is from the trusted users of the AUR. And multilib, and some instructions for adding some of these repos. So pacman is what we use to access the official Arch repositories, and there is another piece of software that is a package manager that allows you to access the AUR. Actually, there's several, but the one that I believe is the most common is called Yourt. Or maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's kind of a strange sounding name. Nope, you can't find it here. Let's take a little look. Alright, so let's see what this is. Yourt is a command line interface program with complete pacman for installing software on Arch Linux. So we look at some of the features as AUR support, which we just talked about, and basically everything else here is a standard package managers. So it tells us how we can get it, so we can clone it from the GitHub site. And here's some examples of the things we can do with it, pretty similar to pacman. So we actually don't need to do this. We can install Yourt from the official pacman repositories. So let's take a look at that here. Okay. So everything was updated, so we can now install some packages. So let's take a look. Oops, we don't need sudo to search. So the SS is searching. And let's take a look here. So there we go. And this is going to tell us the repository. So it's an extra for the command line, which is what we want. And there's also, looks like there's a GUI version that's in the community repo. So let's go ahead and install that. Maybe a wrong password. Alright, so that's installed. So let's search for Weechat in the user repositories, not just the official, but also unofficial. Okay. So as we can see here, these are the AUR repository, and we see some graphical stuff. This is basically what we saw searching the AUR on the web page. And so we're actually not going to install any of these because it looks like we're not going to install it using Yourt because it looks like we don't have to, since we can also find this in the community repo, which we can access using pacman. But it does look like there's some extra functionality that we might be able to add. Script matrix. There's some plugins. Some of this looks pretty cool. But for now, we're just going to do this. Let's test it out here. There we go. Installed.